Are you ready for Reggie's expression? Feel a little more with Reggie's expression. Come down where the talk is real. Reggie's expression. Never neglecting how you feel. Reggie's expression. This is Reggie's expression. This is Reggie's expression.
I just did a whole recording and only to fuck it up. But it has been a while, guys, and I want to come to you and let you know so there's no, misunderstanding or, curiosity on what happened. But I have come to the conclusion that I am going to be ending Reggie's Expressions. I'm not saying that I won't, maybe do this in some capacity in the future, but the Reggie's Expressions as we know it is ending. I was debating back and forth on if I was going to do another season, and I very well may do that. But at this point, I'm not so sure. I've been doing this for 5 years this year, and, I've had an enjoyable time. I have interviewed some cool people. I've learned a lot about the art of recording a podcast. And as you can see, you probably can hear the sounds and shit initially. I spent a lot of time just learning. And at the end of the last episode of the season 8, and it's always the similar sentiment. So I might have said it in a different way at the end of the seasons or hiatuses or whatever, is that I need to take some time to live. And that's what I've been doing. Carlos and I have had, some significant growth within the last year. We bought another house in April. That's been awesome. 1-story home. We love it. We love the house that we're at. Made some good friends, had some, lost some. And I've had a pretty transitional year or, having a pretty transitional year in my life currently. And I've gotten to a place where I feel like I am not able to give myself in the same way that I was giving myself on the podcast before, coming up with topics, ideas, suggestions on things. And if I'm being completely honest, I do wish I would have had a little bit more, interaction with the audience. But nonetheless, I'm grateful and appreciative to everybody who's listened and everybody that has made comments or reached, beyond that wall to really just kind of, talk to you boys. So I'm grateful. Now, the podcast in previous seasons aren't going away. So if you are catching this, at the end of season 8 and you want to go back and listen to the other ones, please do. This has definitely reached a place in my life where I feel like I've learned a lot and I have a good reference point to a lot of things that have happened in my life that I can go back and listen to. And I'm pretty sure that I've gotten inspiration from y'all and y'all have gotten inspiration from me. For those of you who do listen, then, I'm extremely grateful that I've been able to, share so much of myself with you guys and maybe have inspired others to do it. I do want to be able to live life, fully, not really have all the expectations of some of the things that I've had in my life and just be able to just live and love and do it on my own terms and not feel like it's for content in a way. So, who's to say the type of person that I am, things could definitely change in 6 months. I might be like, all right, guys, just kidding. Or it could be a different iteration because, seasons change much like, us as people change. So, don't take this as a goodbye. Take this as a pause, reimagining of sorts, and, flourishing in a different way. My social media is still going to be there, so you guys can interact on social media. I don't even post on Instagram. Well, I post on Instagram quite a bit because it's quick stuff. I don't really do a lot of Facebook stuff. My Instagram bleeds over to my Facebook. And, TikTok, I don't really do as much either because it's really, difficult to to make a dent in trying to be a content creator. So, but yeah, I'm grateful to all the things that I've been able to do and all the people who've listened and been able to enjoy in a way that, you know, is by far beyond anything I could have even imagined myself. And I want to tell y'all thank you. So yeah, I think it is time for me to be able to, transition and, live a little bit more life and just be Reggie. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate all and everything. And I, hope, continue to share because the previous episodes aren't going anywhere. Continue to share among your friends and family members some of the old episodes. And thank you so much. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. All right, guys. It's been real.